It was just nasty. I mean, just everything. The nasty of the nastiest. This is a unit of absolute horror, no money, and a lot of damn work. This happened my first year in the business. You know, this is after I bought the safe, so I was kind of full of myself. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm the man, I know what I'm doing. And it was this unit. It didn't look good, didn't smell good. It was terrible. But I saw one thing, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy it. Cost me a lot of money too, $500. And everyone's like, yeah, you know, you'll probably do all right, but it looks bad, it looks bad. This was before the show Hoarders, and that's what I had come across. Apparently, this person was a hoarder, or they just called them crazy back then. And they put the person in a home, the paperwork and stuff was in there, and they took all of this crap out of the house and put it in a 10 by 30. Everything, 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 I mean everything was absolute trash. Dude was also elderly, and he wore Depends. They were in the unit in bags. There is nothing worse than opening up a bag and finding an adult diaper, a used adult diaper. I wanted to cry because there wasn't just one bag like that. There were several all over the place. Yeah, I'm having deja vu and it's not good. It was hot, it was August, it was stinky, and I had a bag of trash out there, and like I was putting stuff in these huge contractor bags, and flies just started like zzz. It was funky. There was rotten food. The microwave was full of stuff. That's some real crazy shit. I don't know why there weren't maggots in this unit. I mean, I got lucky in that regard because it was nasty. It was nasty. We were loading up the bags and stuff, putting them in the contractor bags. And it wasn't one truckload of trash, it was two. The reason it didn't cost me a lot of money is at that time I lived in a neighborhood where I could use the dump. Just drop that stuff off and forget about it. And that's what I did. I went there twice that day. All the furniture was jacked. The cups. I mean, seriously, how does one live like that? And I'm just looking at this stuff. And this is like the downside of the business when you get a unit like that, because you get a nice unit and you're like, yes, yes, you remember that stuff. But bad units, really, really bad units, you remember forever. I could tell you the first bag that I opened up, and it's like you get a sixth sense. Sometimes the spidey sense doesn't work. It's just like, you know, you're about to take a descent downhill at a speed that you don't want to go. Other stuff. Refrigerator didn't work. Stove didn't work. Nothing worked or was missing stuff. The appliances had the cords cut off. What is that about? This is just, depressing me thinking about it, because bad units are usually really, really, really bad. There's messy and there's bad. Messy is you see stuff that's clean intermingled with stuff that's not so clean, and it's just thrown in there, but the stuff's good. That's one thing. But when it stinks, it looks bad, stuff's broke. Here's a tip for you. If you see a unit and there's a lot of stuff that's broke up front, stay away from it. because I learned the difference between seeing one broke item and seeing several. And this unit had several clues. Like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. Several things were broken, and you could see it. And it was me and another new dude, and all the regulars were sitting back. Yeah, that's a great unit. Yeah, buddy, you got a winner there. They knew. That's some real crazy shit. Later on, I found out that unit had come up for auction 4 times, and 2 of the times no one bid. They just kept rolling it out, waiting on the sucker to come take it off their hands. And I did. I cleaned that bitch out from the rooter to the tutor. 2 17-foot truckloads straight to the dump. And it's terrible. Just terrible. Terrible. And even with that, you know, like I said, it was a bad unit. I was feeling disgusted with myself. I had to force myself to buy the next week, because you get gun shy. You just like, what you do is you create this self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, I'm going to buy a jacked up unit. And you do. Because you lose your edge. You start closing off the better parts of your mind and all. You just hone in on trash. And I've seen it happen to people where they just get on these streaks of junk buying. It's like, that's like, hey. So I went ahead and did exactly the opposite of what I wanted to do. I was a punk. I was a little bitch. It's like, I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to waste any money. I don't want to lose. I just forced myself to buy. Came across 2 units. They didn't make me forget that bad. You never forget them. But it was like a little love on the sore. It's like, okay. I still know what I'm doing. All right. And that's just how it is. You have to really not forget it, because there's lessons to be learned, but not allow it to stop you from moving forward. That's the key, because when bad stuff happens, it happens. You can't say, oh, it didn't happen. You can't put a bow on it and call it a pink pig. It's bad shit. It happens. But what you have to do is fix your mind to stay forward. I'm not going to say positive. You can accomplish a lot of positive things with a forward level of thinking. I'm not into that positive mindset that you got to think it's going to happen and it's going to happen. I think you have to think it's going to happen. You have to have a good plan, execute, and move forward. You have to put all that stuff together, because just, I'm going to be rich, I don't see that working. I don't know. It may work for you, but I don't see it working. But that's the deal. But, on nasty units, it's going to happen. For those of you who are staying the course, and as we exit out of tax season, you're going to start to see better stuff and less people. That's the cool thing. Better stuff, less people. Because it's still going to be more people than before, For those of you hoping to go to an auction and catch 2 or 3 people and you can capitalize, could happen. Happened to someone recently. Bought a unit in the midst of tax season here in the ATL. Didn't pay $1,000 for it. Didn't pay $900. Didn't pay $700. Didn't pay $800 for it. Big unit, full, and he sold a few items, and he's already made his money back. He still has 95% of the stuff left, and this is during tax season. Bought the book. It's following one very important technique in there, and folks are like, some folks are missing it, some folks are getting it, and I'm telling you, because of following that technique, that's the value of the book right there. Because this one unit, because I've had a lot of people send me these emails before I went on the email moratorium, and there will be a new email address for Storage Auction Guru, which I'm starting to kick off. I'm not where I want it to be yet, but that's where all the training is going to happen. But it's like, I have like 2 groups of people. There are people who know exactly what to do, and there are people who are very mindful of what they don't know. And the people who act like they don't know stuff are doing way better than the folks who already know it all. And it's like, wow, that just kind of emerged because I've got some really, really smart people taking the course, and I've got some people who don't consider themselves that smart, but they listen and they execute and they follow instructions and they're seeing the results. And I'm just like, wow. I mean, is it rocket science? No. But it does take a level of commitment and consistency. Those two C's right there will make you rich. Commitment and consistency. And that's where a lot of folks fall short. Just saying. All right, this is Glendon. We're making money with storage unit auctions.